Hello, hi guys, welcome back to the Football Showdown channel. It's the title show, and that means Arsenal are playing another traditional top 6 team. This week we have Chelsea. Arsenal are playing at versus Chelsea at the Emirates. Luckily, this time it is at home in this hectic run-in that the Arsenal have. Last time we faced Chelsea, it was a tough draw at Stamford Bridge. Luckily, we had a goalkeeping mistake from Sanchez and an amazing goal from Trossard at the far end. This week we have a special guest. He's none other than another best friend of mine. You seem to understand that I have a lot of best friends, but let me be very honest. I have a few core people in my life. Somehow, all of them are my best friends. So yeah, when I say best friends, they're my best friends. I'm just not doing it for the cameras or for the views or for the wholesome vibes and all that. They have been my core people since. I mean, some of them have been there from my first grade. Some of them have been there from my eighth, ninth, 10th grade onwards as well. So yeah, let me just bring on my co-host for today, Sharat Devakar. Hi, hi Sharat.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
exciting match here.
Yeah, it's exciting for sure. For a neutral fan, it's definitely exciting. As an Arsenal fan, where we are fighting for the title, I genuinely didn't want this match now. I preferred it back in March, where the entire aura about how Havertz has a March where he scores goals or like assists. Yeah, I rather preferred we played initially before the postponement. So yeah, there's definitely the definite excitement about this game.
Yeah. I mean, both teams have just come out of like huge losses.
Hmm.
Like you guys lost out on the. I mean, you guys were out of the Champions League. You just got out of the FA Cup.
Yeah, yeah.
So all the players, I'm pretty sure, are like
Hmm.
are very uh, down right now.
Hmm.
But as you know, this match is very important for both of us
Hmm.
because you guys are fighting for to win the Premier League. Hopefully, I mean, hopefully, but we are fighting for top six right now. We're fighting for Europe
Hmm.
right now,
Hmm. Hmm.
and all these this match is very important. Like we have really bad fixtures right now.
Huh.
We have we literally have to play you guys.
Huh.
We have to play Arsenal. We have to play City. We have to play Spurs.
Hmm.
We have to play West Ham.
Hmm.
So they're like Aston Villa too.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So a lot of like very
Hmm.
important fixtures right now that would make or
Break.
break our season
Huh. Huh.
basically.
Huh. And so before the recording started, right, I had simply seen the Premier League table. United are in sixth position, if I'm not wrong, with playing 32 games, with 50 points, and their goal difference is -1. Chelsea in ninth position, around 47 points, played only 31 games with a goal difference of 9. It's
Yeah.
basically billion-dollar bottle jobs versus Eric Ten Hag. Who's gonna just end up on the higher note? Like, are Chelsea going to end up higher than United? I do not know from the list of fixtures that you've been telling. Spurs, Arsenal,
Yeah, we have
City,
a lot of heavy fixtures, but
Aston Villa as
yeah, we
well.
can. It's still possible though. It's
Uh,
really
huh, huh.
possible. Like right now, I feel like the
Hmm.
team compared to the start of the season,
Hmm.
right now there's a way more synergy to the team.
Hmm.
I'm not saying they're perfect. They're not at all perfect.
Hmm.
No way close to being
Hmm.
perfect. But yeah, the synergy did improve.
Huh.
A lot of like our young stars are showing up.
Hmm.
Our Cole Palmer right here, Cole Palmer right here, a star boy. He always shows up.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, Jackson is playing really
Hmm.
well. Gallagher is finally getting minutes playing well.
Hmm.
Or even though like we have a lot of injury
Hmm.
issues. Crispin Kunku is
Hmm.
out. Reece James is
Hmm.
out. We have so many like new players, new additions that
Lavia.
just came into the team. Yeah, like La
Uh,
Vieira, and they're out for a season all of a sudden.
hmm. Hmm.
So obviously we can't, like we weren't able to put out the best version of
Hmm.
ourselves. But yeah, like I think we are in a good place right now. I can see a good future,
Fair.
like with this team right
Mm-hmm.
now.
And to be very honest, like we all make fun of Chelsea, right? Because of the kind of amount of money that you spent in just one entire year,
Yeah,
like not just one. If you spend that much amount of money in just one window, it would be even more ridiculous. But over a year, you spent close to $1 billion at least, and then there looks to be like some style, like there looks to be like some sort of uh, some sort of like a pattern of play, like how Chelsea want to play, like how Poch wants to play. When compared to when compared to like Eric Ten Hag, who had United's, to be fair, like he inherited a decent team when compared to Chelsea. So I think you guys are on a better path when compared to United as well. So to be very fair to you guys seem to be on a better path. You guys may actually do well as the season progresses, or if you guys somehow still manage to give Pochettino lot of the time as well. In your opinion, do you think Chelsea management will give Poch a lot more time, or do you think they'll sack him in a year? Because I think you guys are very famous for that.
I mean, right now, I think like how things are going. I think him being sacked depends on how we end in the season. So if we, the best possible scenario is if we reach Europe,
Hmm.
the Europa League,
Hmm.
whatever.
Hmm.
I think he'd be safe. I'm pretty sure he'd be safe. He'd be in the team.
Hmm.
But like, if we end up like, for example, if we end up losing all our major matches or something,
Hmm.
I'll be pretty sure we'll be doubting his job then.
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, the thing is, there are a lot of managers that are available right now. You see, Xavi coming out. He told
Okay.
like Xavi's coming out.
Huh.
Xavi's there.
Huh.
I mean, who else is there? To be honest, yeah,
Tuchel.
it's only Xavi, I think.
Tuchel.
I mean, Tuchel is also out of job. I mean, I really wish Tuchel would come back, but I
Is
don't think that
it?
would
You do
be
want Tuchel to come
really.
back?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I really wanted him to, but I don't think right now
Mm-hmm.
would be a
Okay.
good option.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, at one point I did though.
I mean, I think I can understand when it was like probably after Potter took over, and then you were like hoping that
Yeah,
Tuchel comes back and like restores some faith back into the team and all that. So I.
very rough period. Literally, the last past two years have been very rough for us. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's fine. We always find a way to come back somehow,
True.
and
True.
hopefully
Hmm.
we take a win out of this.
Hmm. And like to be very honest, your track record against the traditional top six, like playing against, I mean, against City, you guys have like done really, really well. Against Spurs, you completely destroyed them with that. I mean, Spurs had had couple of red cards, so that also helped you guys. And then you guys always turned out against United as well. So you guys, I think the way you guys can like handle the run in that you guys have against the bigger teams may be fair enough. I think the only team that you guys need to be wary about is about Aston Villa, if I'm not wrong. Like somehow Aston
Aston
Villa
Villa, yeah.
are genuinely surprising teams. Like
But
they, yeah. Hmm.
the thing is, like the past two games, we have literally trashed Aston Villa. One was a
Hmm.
3-0 win, the
Hmm.
FA Cup, and I think the game before, uh,
Hmm.
it was, I don't remember the score exactly, but yeah, we basically did pretty well against them.
Hmm.
Surprisingly, we did really well.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah, I said, what you said was true. I think the issue for us is right now
Hmm.
we are very bad against low blocks. So
Okay.
you see
Huh.
that
Huh.
every bottom of the table team, all they do is like play low blocks against
Yeah.
like all
Yeah.
the upper teams for sure.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we have a
Hmm.
very hard time like breaking low blocks. But
Hmm.
when we are under pressure, for example, when you play against, let's just say, teams like City,
Hmm.
we tend to do a bit more better. Like we start like attacking, counter attacking,
Hmm.
and I think that's where our play style,
Playstyle
like
exactly. Huh.
yeah, the advantages of our whole play style is on
Hmm.
attacking.
Hmm.
That's why defensively also I've seen like we we have we are actually really terrible
Hmm.
defensively.
Hmm.
We
Hmm.
concede almost every game, and
Hmm.
I think that comes to one is inexperience,
Hmm.
and the second would be mainly like very unforced errors or
Ah,
putting
yeah.
ourselves in
Yeah.
positions where
Hmm.
like you know we're gonna concede.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, so right now how is it going? Even though we scored goals in the start,
Hmm.
we end up the other team has ends up equalizing in the end,
Hmm.
and we can't hold on to our lead.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think that's one of the major issues.
Yeah. My very unbiased opinion about Chelsea is that Poch is somehow coaching you guys to get a draw or a win, at least a minimum draw, but somehow the
Yeah,
inexperience or the cohesion lacking in the team is allowing your
yeah,
defense
true.
to like leak goals, and hence you guys are drawing a lot more games. I think you guys have drawn about 8 games, and then you lost some games
Yeah,
which
yeah,
just didn't make any sense. Like when you guys
yeah.
drew against was it Sheffield United? Well, I think it was Sheffield.
Yeah, we drew against Sheffield
Yeah,
United 2-2. Yeah.
I genuinely did see how
Yeah,
Sheffield United could
yeah,
score, and then yeah, it
it
was
was
just
unbelievable. Like in the end, you could say that even like they like in the end they
hmm,
took the game to us, even
hmm,
though they were losing. In the end, they were attacking more, and we
hmm,
like couldn't cope up with that. We were like, what do we do with this?
hmm.
And yeah, obviously the inexperience plays like a major role when it comes to this.
True,
Like our
true.
average age is like 23,
Hmm.
and like Thiago Silva is decreases that by a huge, margin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty sure if he wasn't there, he'll be like
Hmm,
21 or something.
hmm,
But yeah, obviously there's a lot of inexperience. But yeah, it's fine. Some people are coming out now. The
hmm,
talent is coming out,
hmm,
showing up.
hmm.
Uh, so yeah, in a way, I'm kind of confident. Like previously, I would say this would be like a easy loss for us.
Uh-huh.
But now I'm kind of confident. Okay, fine, we can like take the game to you guys at least.
Okay, okay. Cool down.
Yeah.
No, we still have to come to that part of the section. Well, now that we're talking about, we have like gone past the lovey-dovey side of each other, like, okay, Chelsea's this,
Yeah,
Arsenal's
yeah,
that. Let's talk about the main
yeah.
things. When Chelsea are going to face Arsenal, who will Chelsea try to make sure that they nullify so that they can have a better game than what they're expecting?
But how do you think we would? What did you say again? Pardon what?
I I meant like, okay, when Chelsea are preparing to face Arsenal, who's that one player
Uh-huh.
or one or two players that Chelsea need to be wary about so that they can nullify those players so that when Chelsea play against us, they can have a better game than what they expect.
Yeah. So obviously, let's just say your when it comes to you guys, I think the most pivotal player in your team is Declan Rice. He's literally the core to your team. Yeah. So I think we need to mark Declan Rice. Okay.
Hmm.
Marking Declan Rice would change things because it would. He's literally the barrier between your defense and your whole attack.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
without him, it's basically your formation doesn't work.
Uh,
And obviously you have your wingers. So you guys have you have the problem of Saka, you have Martinelli, and
hmm.
you already have your Cam Odegaard.
Hmm.
He's extremely dangerous to be honest.
Hmm.
So you should never give him space.
Hmm.
So obviously, I think the best possible route would be to like press high, press hard,
Hmm.
because we need to like your Arsenal is one of those teams that doesn't make many errors. That's why they have been successful this season.
Hmm.
So we need to force errors out of you.
Hmm.
So the best possible way to be like a high press, keep pressing. We have good legs. I'm pretty sure we do,
Oh yeah, you do.
and like
Definitely you do. Yeah.
and keep a check of Declan Rice because he's the one who could like basically make or break this game.
Hmm. Hmm. Makes sense, makes sense. I mean, I think people are starting to understand that, okay, Saka is the player that Arsenal will always target to like so that they can get some attack out of that. But it's also nice to see rival fans to point out that Declan Rice is also a very integral part of the team that needs to be looked at when you're trying to attack Arsenal. So that is actually proper,
Yeah,
like nice to see. When Arsenal are going to face Chelsea, right? My humble opinion, I think Gallagher is one of the most underappreciated by Chelsea fans, or the scapegoat of all Chelsea mistakes. Somehow, it's always Gallagher. Recently, there were
yeah,
remarks of racist. Like, what do we say? Oh yeah, there's recent remarks that Gallagher is a racist because he didn't hi-fi a child of
yeah. A
another
child,
color.
which is very very stupid
Yeah.
actually. Very yeah. I see. Yeah, like
Hmm,
some part of the fan base or whatever is
hmm,
very apprehensive about him.
hmm,
Obviously, because I mean we have like he is very important to
hmm,
us and he's very like useful when you play him in the right position.
hmm,
So when you don't play him in the right position, you can't really use him
hmm,
because Gallagher is one of those players who's very good at pressing.
hmm.
That's like biggest talent is pressing.
True.
It's not exactly playmaking.
Hmm.
It's not exactly what do you say like being a press assistant. His whole thing is pressing. He's
Hmm.
really good at that.
Hmm.
And I think if you play him in the right position,
Hmm.
like recently against a match, in our match against Everton,
Hmm.
he was very good in that
Hmm.
match. So in that match, Enzo was injured, so
Hmm.
we played a double pivot of
Exactly.
Caicedo, yeah,
Th-
a double pivot
hmm,
of Caicedo and Gallagher,
hmm,
and he was excellent
hmm,
in that. Like even Caicedo was very good in
hmm,
that. But yeah, so when you play him in position, when you use him
hmm,
like right,
hmm,
he's very good. But yeah, he does make mistakes. I see that sometimes he doesn't pass the ball.
hmm,
Sometimes he keeps it to himself. He attracts the pressure, but sometimes it's too much for him. He can't
hmm,
really hold that pressure down.
hmm.
So yeah, I think instead of trying to make him someone
Hmm.
else, we should really play him in that preferred position.
True, true.
So yeah,
That's the whole point. You play him in the double pivot, he will always do good.
he'll always do
United have
that.
this problem with McTominay as well. I've always felt that McTominay is a sweeper type of player. Like you can't play him as a sole CDM. You play him as a double pivot. You tell him to do the dog work, he'll do. Same thing I feel about Gallagher as well. When Arsenal are playing Chelsea, I think they need to be wary about two players. One is Gallagher because he can do the dog work like no one else in Chelsea. Second player, somehow he always turns up against Arsenal. When he played for Brighton, he turned up against Arsenal. When he played for Chelsea, I think he was not one of the key players for the manager, but whenever the manager played him versus Arsenal, he was the key player. It is your left back, Kukurea. Like I do not
Yeah,
know what agenda he has against Arsenal, but when he plays against Arsenal, that left side is almost locked. I think he played about 3 to 4 times, and almost all the time, Saka was of no use, right? But then Saka had
yeah,
to be switched to the other side so that Martinelli could be faster and Saka was more effective on the other side. That's how we almost created a goal against you guys
yeah.
when we played in Stamford Bridge. So yeah, I mean Gusto is fast. Don't get me wrong, but I think Gusto is not as consistent as Kukurea when locking out a player.
Actually, I think it would be the other way. I think for
Hmm.
us, the most consistent player, one of the most consistent players in our team has
Hmm.
been Gusto. He has made errors. I'm not gonna say,
Huh.
but he's a very unique talent. He's like the pure right back,
No, and
pure
I
right
agree
back.
about Gusto. I'm just saying,
Uh,
like Kukurea somehow turns up against Arsenal.
yeah, yeah, he does, he
Like how
does.
like KDB always turns up against Chelsea, or how
Yeah,
Trent always turns up against in the big game. So like Kukurea against Arsenal is like cash money for you guys. Like there's no way you can drop
yeah,
him.
that's true.
So yeah, so
The thing is, always have that question mark on Kukureya's
hmm,
head. You don't know how he perform.
hmm,
So like, luckily he has turned up against you guys, but like some
huh,
days he has his off days and like
huh,
he's just really bad in those matches.
hmm,
And like
hmm,
hopefully, I mean, I've seen like all the times he's against Saka he has been able to manage it. He has been able to do well,
exactly.
and hopefully he does continue to do that.
Hmm,
But yeah, he's still a question mark. There are a lot of question marks on our teams. That's the issue.
hmm, hmm,
Like
hmm,
in my team, there's so many question marks. But like, hopefully, it all works. Yeah,
hmm,
somehow the system works.
hmm, hmm, hmm. Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, the next part of the segment that I want to talk about is the main one. Okay, Arsenal are facing Chelsea at the Emirates. Your track record at the Emirates is not so great. At the same time, it's not so bad as well. I want to ask your honest predictions and what are your predictions?
So I think, if I'm being honest,
Hmm.
even though I really want us to win,
Hmm.
I think realistically speaking, I would see it to be a 2-2 draw.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
I don't want it that way. I really don't want it that way.
Huh.
Okay. I take a win or anything right now because we need those wins.
Hmm.
But honestly speaking, it would probably be a 2-2 draw.
Two to draw. Uh,
Yeah.
Okay, since you said 2 to draw, how do you reckon the game is going to happen? Like, who's going to score first? How do you think it's going to
So
happen?
I think obviously Arsenal is a high pressing team.
Hmm.
So in the start, like we will have issues with that.
Hmm.
Like they'll bring the game to us, and we'll start like playing the long ball, trying to force errors out of us.
Hmm.
But I think as we have seen, like some of our plays while we played against City,
Hmm.
like on the wings especially,
Hmm.
whereas this one touch passes
Hmm.
and like you pass and go, and it did work.
Hmm.
And I think that would like cause issues for you guys,
Hmm.
like serious issues for you guys.
Hmm.
So if we get that to work like efficiently,
Hmm.
we wouldn't really have an issue with in creating chances
Hmm.
against you guys.
Hmm.
So I think I see it more like we will first. Okay.
Okay. Uh,
And it would be 1-0 till halftime.
uh,
And in the end, it'll be 2-2 again after halftime.
just like it's going to be 2 to 1 then.
So
I
yeah,
mean, yeah,
because
to
see,
be
for
fair.
us, you got this, see for us, it's like used to us. The team gives us hope and it takes it all back.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, hopefully the first 45 minutes I'll enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, when we went to Stamford Bridge, when Mudrik scored that one, it's a. I'm sure Mudrik didn't mean that flick into the goal. There's no way he meant that goal. And then when the second goal went in as well, I completely lost hope. Then luckily Sanchez made an amazing goalkeeping mistake. Then Declan Rice with that
Yeah,
long range goal, Trossard
yeah,
far ahead. My prediction for this game, right? Uh, if this was like not in this run in where Arsenal are genuinely in the last run where this could be the make or break of the season, I would have said I hope we get a win, but since we are in this run in, I want us to win. Like I think we will win. It will not be a comfortable win. I think it will be 2-1, 2-1 to the Arsenal. I think Chelsea have it in them to score a goal. I do not think it will be Jackson. If it is Jackson, I think the entire backline needs to be sold. I don't want Arsenal to concede to Jackson, man. Like Jackson, like yeah, he has a good run in him. He always has a good run in him, but he
that's
can't finish for
yeah,
shit. We saw that in the FA
that's true.
Cup. We saw that. We've seen this many times. Like he gets into good positions. He makes a good run behind the defender from blind spot, but he can't finish for shit.
Yeah,
So
he
if this
can't
backline
finish.
of Magalhaes and Saliba and Ben White concedes to Jackson, right? It's like how it's like how City conceded against Emerson Royal. You just need to delete that backline. I think it will be a 2-1 victory to the Arsenal.
Mm,
Goals.
yeah, that's true.
Hmm.
Like Jackson would obviously be a problem
Hmm.
because I've seen him. He's really good at like running at the player, running
Hmm.
at the defender,
Hmm.
holding the ball off.
Hmm.
But thing is, obviously, I'm pretty sure he'd be pressured by either Saliba or
Hmm.
Mangales. So probably Saliba, I think,
Hmm.
would take that job. And I
Hmm.
think Saliba is one of those defenders who's very strong and quick.
Ah.
So Jackson would have a hard time trying to break out of his uh, his vision.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
so but thing is, I know like even though I think the only person who can like really finish is Cole Palmer.
Hmm.
I don't really think there's anyone else who's like
Uh-huh.
I would at least trust in like shooting or finishing. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, everyone else has that doubt on their heads, but yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
But yeah, I'm putting all my hopes on Cole Palmer because he's been exceptional lately. Uh, like him in that number 10 position,
Hmm.
he got that that spark in him,
Hmm. Hmm.
and
Hmm.
he's always trying to make something happen, and
Hmm.
that's what we need.
Hmm. Hmm.
So if we try enough, I think yeah, we could actually do a dent on you guys.
Mhm. Okay, okay. That's nice. Before we end this video, I just want to ask: is Cole
Uh-huh.
Palmer good only because of his penalties, or does he have a proper contribution to the team? Like, is he like the best player because the rest of the team is not performing well, or is he actually a very good player that plays at Chelsea?
He's actually a very good player. Like he's a huge, massive talent. Like when you
Hmm.
think
Hmm.
about it, he's very good at his positioning. Okay, he's
Hmm.
good at like facing on players. He's good at dribbling. I
Hmm.
think the only thing he lacks in is like that strength
Hmm.
or that flexibility or mobility.
Hmm.
But other than that, I think he's really is a complete player. He has a beautiful left foot of
Hmm.
his, and yeah, and thankfully he also is a very excellent penalty taker. As he
True.
said, he just never
True.
misses.
Ha
Yeah,
ha ha.
and and that's what I like about him. Like he has that confidence in him.
Hmm. Hmm.
When you have that confidence in him,
Hmm.
you really can't say anything about that player.
True. True.
That's the most important thing, like in any player, and
Hmm.
that's what I feel like most Chelsea players lack right now.
Hmm. Hmm.
They don't lack that confidence in the system.
Hmm.
They don't lack the confidence in their teammates to
Hmm.
like, okay, fine. If I pass to the person, will he bring out something out of this?
Hmm.
So I think that's what's holding us back, like really.
Okay.
Otherwise, we could actually like create beautiful plays if possible.
Hmm. Hmm.
Really is possible. We have seen it happen.
Hmm.
Even though we don't end up finishing, we end up overpassing.
Hmm.
We no one ends up committing to like actually shooting, or we make
Hmm.
the wrong decision.
Hmm.
I think in the end, that's where we actually lacked.
Hmm. Well, that's it from our guys. It was a beautiful video with you, Sharat. Good luck on the game. Good luck on the end of the season as well. I personally hope Poch is sacked very soon because I know when Poch is given enough time, he will do something. He has done it at Spurs. I don't know if he'll win you titles, but definitely he'll bring in the identity. He'll make sure that you guys play good football as well. So, yeah, Arsenal versus Chelsea at the Emirates. I want Arsenal to win. I need Arsenal to make sure we win against our London rivals in Chelsea. And next week we have Spurs as well. So, yeah, before we end the video, any final words, Chelsea? Any final words, Sharat?
So yeah, damn, it's been really nice. Thanks for making me a part of this. Okay, it was really nice talking about you, and I hope you. I mean, I hope really this season ends the best for us, and this is a really important game for us.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, even though I do not believe in the team exactly, hopefully we come up with a win.
Hmm.
Really hope we come up with a win
Hmm.
because this will be huge on us. It's gonna put a lot of pressure on the people, on the teams that are above us also.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like we have West Ham. There's a huge ass different battle going on in the mid table.
That's true. That's true. Like you have,
Yeah.
no, you have Newcastle at 50. It's United at 50. You guys at 50. I'm not sure who's between you and United as well. But yeah, it's a whole
West
battle
Ham.
right there.
Tottenham is kind of clear,
Hmm.
but yeah,
Hmm.
West Ham is there.
Hmm.
Brighton is right behind us. Yes. So yeah.
Yep. Yep. Big
So
times.
anyway, best of
Hmm.
luck. Uh,
No, nothing. Nothing.
so best of luck. Best of luck with you guys. Hopefully, I can laugh at your face at the end game. So you can just wait for my call. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, dude. Okay then. We will see you guys soon. Until then, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're in the world. Bye bye. Peace.